In Module 1.1, we will be overviewing the University of Arkansas Teacher Education Purpose and Goals. The University of Arkansas was founded in 1871 as a land-grant institution and the state's first public university. The mission of the University of Arkansas is to provide an internationally competitive education for undergraduate and graduate students in a wide spectrum of disciplines. Currently, our university enrolls approximately 22,000 students and has made significant progress toward becoming a top public research institution. The Office of Teacher Education operates as a partner with faculty, students, and community partners. Our office partners with community districts to provide placements for over 1,000 students in nearly 20 school districts every year. Our mentors are an integral part of the education of our teacher candidates. The mission of the University of Arkansas Teacher Education is to partner with students, faculty, and community to prepare knowledgeable, skillful, caring, and professional educators. Our goals are for University Arkansas graduates to become knowledgeable, skillful, caring, and professional educators in diverse educational settings who can balance the needs and aspirations of each learner with expectations of an increasingly complex and technological society. Our educators are teachers, administrators, counselors, and other school professionals who value theory and research. They understand that theory and practice are complementary and mutually reinforcing and are committed to the enhancement of teaching, learning, and professional practice. We have some common terms that we use here and in our Office of Teacher Education and at the University of Arkansas. We use teacher candidate, and that is a student has been admitted into the teacher education program. Intern is a University of Arkansas teacher candidate that's participating in an internship in a school setting. Mentor teacher is a classroom teacher who supervises an observation, a practicum, or an internship placement. Field placement is an observation, practicum, or internship placement in a school setting. You'll also hear us use the words university liaison, and that's a university faculty or supervisor who acts as an intermediary between the university and partnership school. And the partnership team, we often use that when we're talking about licensed school mentors and administrators from each partner school and a liaison from the University of Arkansas. Together, they make a partnership team. We have admission standards in each teacher education program, and they can vary from education program to education program. But overall, many students can apply during their sophomore year in elementary education or their senior year if they're in secondary education. All students apply to the teacher education through the Office of Teacher Education, which requires passing scores on ACT writing, reading, math, or Praxis Core, reading, writing, or math, SAT, reading, writing, or math, or equivalent GRE scores. All programs have GPA requirements on UA coursework and education, and prior to admission, all programs have an admission protocol that can include an interview, or it could include a portfolio submission, or possibly even a writing submission. We have really three types of field placements. In Module 2, you'll hear more about the field placements, but in general, we have some field placements that are observations. During these types of placements, these are typically prior to a formal admission into teacher education. Our students observe in local classrooms. They're introduced to topics that can help them transition from a student to a professional educator. Classroom interactions are limited and they should be directed by a mentor teacher. Students in these placements are not required to teach any lessons. but they may need to interview a teacher or a student, and they typically spend about 12 to 18 hours in a classroom at any given semester. The second type of field placement is practicum. During these placements, teacher candidates continue their transition to becoming professional educators while they are assuming more responsibility. They help facilitate one-on-one tutoring in these placements, sometimes small group instruction as directed by the mentor, and they're required to teach lessons in cooperation with the mentor teacher. Typically, they spend around 25 to 60 hours in this type of placement. Finally, the third type of placement is called a full-time internship. Teacher candidates complete full-time internships in either their last semester or their last full year in their program, depending on their teacher education program. They're expected to gradually assume full-time teaching responsibilities in the classroom. They're also encouraged to participate in school district professional development, attend conferences, and engage in extracurricular activities. Teacher candidates typically spend every day in their full-time internship placement. In the next module, now that we've looked a little bit at the missions and goals of the University of Arkansas Teacher Education program, you'll move on now to learn more about the Arkansas teaching standards.